Making headlines on this Saturday, December 4th, the Omicron variant has arrived here on Long Island. The latest on the Suffolk woman infected and what we know about Omicron's threat level. Plus, the Dickens Festival, Toys for Tots, and the 7th night of Hanukkah celebrations for the holiday season happening across our island, where you can have some fun and enjoy some free events to kick off your weekend.
Girls on the Run Long Island, the nonprofit organization, is setting up right now at Eisenhower Park for their annual 5K fundraiser. I'm Marissa Sarback, and I'll have the details coming up.
And thanks for waking up with News 12 Long Island. I'm Jackie Lucas. We're going to have more on all those stories in just a minute. But first, let's head straight to meteorologist Brian Fitzgerald, who has your weekend forecast. We saw Marissa just there. She's bundled up because it's chilly outside.
Yeah, it's chilly out there, but the good news is we're starting to see some breaks in the cloud cover, and so the things are brightening up a bit. Not that it's going to warm it up considerably, but a brighter day always makes for a happier day, right? Unless, of course, you love the clouds and rain, and us weather people, we like all of that. So let's show you what's happening. Here's a satellite radar picture, and notice, well, these are a camera, and you can see some breaks in the cloud cover out there, especially out in the Riverhead area, too, where you can see a little bit more cloud cover, that cloud deck a little bit lower. But that's going to continue to break up as we move towards this afternoon. And so more sunshine coming into place today. High temperatures will be in the 40s, so you still do need to dress warm. Here's the wider satellite radar picture. We could see any rain shower activity that was associated with a small low pressure system south of us, kind of scooting out to sea. So not a major concern for us. And as we look from west to east across the island, we've got dry weather. Again, we've already got those clouds starting to break up. Temperature-wise, right now, we're all sitting in the 30s. Those numbers will begin to respond to the sun. And so I do think through the afternoon hours, we are speaking more about mid-40s for high temperatures. And it looks like mainly clear to partly cloudy skies as we head towards tonight. How about a big warm-up early this week? We'll have details on that, plus the rest of your extended forecast. That's all just ahead.
All right, thank you. And we start with the newest variant of coronavirus. Should we be worried about Omicron? Right now, health experts are saying do not panic. Known cases so far have been relatively mild. The variant is more contagious, but doctors say that isn't necessarily a bad thing.
And that's what we expect a virus to do. We expect it to get more and more contagious and to get less and less dangerous as time goes by. It wants to spread, but it doesn't want to kill the host that it lives in.
They're working right now to understand more about the effectiveness of current vaccines against Omicron. They say they'll likely have an answer within the next week. And scientists say there are still a lot of unanswered questions about the Omicron variant, but they are learning more every day. And Long Island's first case might be giving them some useful clues. Kevin Vesey has more.
The first Long Islander with the Omicron variant is a 67-year-old woman from Suffolk who recently visited South Africa. She's fully vaccinated and had a booster dose. Her symptoms are mild.
It appears that the vaccines are working well.
Dr. Dwayne Broining, who directs laboratory services for Northwell Health, says the vaccine might be the reason her case is so benign, though it's still too early to tell.
There's not enough cases yet with this Omicron variant, but so far the news has been kind of encouraging on the few cases we know about, because it seems like everyone has mild symptoms.
Vaccination, even if it's not a perfect match, is going to provide some protection.
Nassau Health Commissioner Dr. Larry Eisenstein telling News 12 the new variant still has not been detected in his county, but he wouldn't be surprised if it were found soon. Omicron sparking a nationwide rush to get vaccinated, with 2.2 million doses administered yesterday, the largest single-day total since May. Dr. Eisenstein says 97% of Nassau adults have had at least one dose.
As of today, we have about 150 people hospitalized with COVID. 2/3 of them are unvaccinated. So 2/3 of all the hospitalizations come from the very small percentage.
Meanwhile, Northwell is starting to increase the number of samples being checked for Omicron.
Based on travel histories and any sort of exposure histories, if it makes someone more at risk for this Omicron variant, their cases are being specifically forwarded for sequencing.
Kevin Vesey, News 12, Long Island.
New information this morning on the parents of the alleged Michigan high school shooter. James and Jennifer Crumbly now arrested after their son allegedly gunned down 4 classmates in Michigan. They are now booked at the same jail as Ethan. Police arrested the pair in Detroit overnight after a tip. They say someone helped the Crumbleys into the commercial building where they were found. The Detroit police chief says the pair were unarmed and did not resist when officers found them. The Crumbleys were declared fugitives after failing to show up for a court hearing Friday on involuntary manslaughter charges. Prosecutors say the parents failed to intervene with their son despite being confronted with evidence, including a chilling message and drawing found in their son's desk. 4 students were shot and killed in this week's attack. Now to the latest in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. The one-time girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein facing multiple charges related to helping Epstein recruit underage girls for sex. The prosecution bringing in more evidence yesterday with a massage table seized from Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach estate. A retired police officer testified that the table was among many other items seized, including sex toys and massage oils. Well, we have new video just into our newsroom. Take a look at a video of a home engulfed in flames in Selden. It happened just before 9 last night. You could see the front room, the windows burning as Selden firefighters work to control the scene. Police tell us no one in that home on South Bicycle Path was hurt. The flames, as big as they are right there in that video, were contained within an hour. It is still unclear what caused that fire. Wow. The ongoing feud between the village of Garden City and the LIRR does not seem to be slowing down. The MTA says it could miss its targeted December 2022 completion date of the third track project because the village has yet to issue permits needed for it. The LIRR and the village of Garden City have been arguing over the placement of several 90-foot utility poles that residents say are just too close to their homes.
It's terrible for the community. I mean, they're really out of character with Garden City. They should have been on the other side. They should have been smaller.
A judge previously said the village would benefit from the project. All right, Girls on the Run is a nonprofit organization dedicated to creating a world where every girl activates her limitless potential and working together that can make a difference. Today, their 5K kicking off to fundraise for the organization. Marissa Sarbach is in Eisenhower Park with more. Hi, Marissa.
Hi, Jackie. Good morning to you and to everybody. There is a lot going here at Eisenhower Park going on right now. These runners are all starting to show up. Parents, kids, everybody here. I'm going to check in right now with the council director of Girls on the Run Long Island, Doreen Dunn. Doreen, first off, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I know how exciting this must be. First time back for you guys all together in a long time. What does this feel like?
I can't even express my joy just to be back here again. This is our first council-wide 5K since fall of 2019 for obvious reasons. We were able to have smaller site-based 5K celebrations the last 2 seasons just to give the girls a sense of accomplishment. But we're just so super excited to be all together. We have 341 girls across Long Island that are in the program, 66 volunteer coaches, and just a ton of volunteers helping us out today, so we're incredibly grateful.
And what is the goal? What is everybody doing here?
It's to build confidence through accomplishment. So the program is designed really to give girls the tools and strategies so that they can navigate their formative years. It's designed for girls in grades 3 through 5, and then we also have a middle school curriculum for grades 6 to 8. And we're not a competitive program. We really just want to instill just girls feeling good about themselves and confidence, and that's what really we're here today. This is the culmination of our fall season.
Truly is such an amazing organization here. And lastly, what is the goal?
The goal is so that every girl crosses that finish line just beaming with pride, and they all finish. It's truly remarkable, whether they walk, skip, hop, or jump.
Can't wait to see it, Doreen. Thank you so much. For now, that is the latest at Eisenhower Park. Back to you in the studio, Jackie.
Awesome, Marissa. I love it. Nothing like girl power. Okay. And a magical event starting today in Port Jefferson, the village stepping back in time to the 1800s for the Charles Dickens Festival. The 3-day festival offers 129 events. Today you can check out their magic show, horse and carriage ride, or more than 50 other holiday events hosted by the Port Jefferson Northern Brookhaven Arts Council. It is back in person this year after going virtual last year because of COVID.
It's been a dark 18 months for the world. We're back. This is going to be happy, crowds, safely distanced, and we're going to have lots of fun.
It's always a ton of fun. Today's fun kicks off at 9 a.m. with their first event. It's a workshop on how boats are built at Bill's Boat Shop. You can check out the Village of Port Jeff's website for the rest of today's schedule leading into tomorrow. All right, let's talk about giving back to families in need. You are looking at John J. Burks Park in Massapequa, and that is where the massive Cruise Through Holiday Toys for Tots drive is happening from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Kids can drop off their letters to Santa because Santa's going to be there himself. The event is partnering with the United States Marines, who are working to help families financially affected by the pandemic.
This is so exciting. On Saturday, we have the biggest toy drive anywhere. Last year, we broke the record for collecting toys.
I think we're going to really need a lot of help this year because of the supply issues in the nation.
And if you would like to help, you can drop off a new unwrapped toy at the toy drive or any other Toys for Tots collection boxes in Oyster Bay, Massapequa, and Bethpage. Lots of great events happening across our island, and it's going to be chilly, but the weather is going to hold up for anything outdoors. Hi, Brian. How's it looking?
Hey there, Jackie. And yeah, it looks like it does, which is great news. You do need to make sure you dress warmly, dress appropriately for the outdoor weather, especially if you're going to be spending any prolonged period of time outdoors. But the weather is going to work out for getting out and getting involved. So let's show you the satellite radar picture. Look at the wider scope at the moment. You can see some rain shower activity kind of scooting to our south across the Atlantic off the Jersey coastline, and not much going on to our north. We expect today to be a dry day with clouds that have been around in the morning hours already dissipating and giving us a little bit brighter skies and a little bit more sunshine. So let's talk about what you could wear today to stay on the warm side. Again, if you're going to be outside, you want the sweater, you want the jacket, and maybe even the boots. Keep your feet warm if you're going to be out there for a couple hours in a row. Keep in mind, if you are in search of some warmer temperatures, you may be in luck. Monday looks like the numbers could hit 60 or better. The only downside is it may come along with some rain shower activity. So we'll run Futurecast for you. Notice this afternoon the clouds start to break up a bit and the temperatures will be in the 40s for most of us. So precipitation chances do end up being a little bit on the higher side for Monday, and it looks like another chance of that as we move into your Wednesday. Tonight we're down into the 30s, and it looks like the extended forecast is keeping temperatures in the 40s for midweek. We've got much more coming up right here on News 12.
Welcome back to News 12 Long Island. Now to a heartwarming celebration of a Hanukkah game that holds a lot of history. 7-year-old Arthur Kurzweil of Great Neck has been collecting tiny dreidels since 2015. He's in touch with a network of people across Eastern Europe who use metal detectors to find the spinning tops buried just beneath the surface. He says each one has a compelling story.
Each one of them, to me, represents a child who was probably killed during the Holocaust, but nonetheless a child who probably played with this dreidel at some point. They also remind me of how people lived, not just how people died.
Exactly what the future holds for the collection of dreidels is unknown, but he is hoping a museum will take it someday. And a happy homecoming for a hero who was seriously injured by a suspected drunk driver. You see police officer Tim Thrain waving from his stretcher as he left Stony Brook Hospital. A month ago, he nearly died and was placed in a medically induced coma. Doctors say he had what's called an epidural hematoma, an artery ripped on the inside of his skull. Thrain's doctors say he still has a long road ahead of him, but he will be able to celebrate the holidays at home with his family. In your business news, U.S. employers adding far less jobs to the market than expected last month. That is according to the White House November jobs report. Economists were projecting more than 500,000 positions to open up, but only 210,000 employees were hired in November. Biden says despite that drop, the unemployment rate is down to 4.2%. Google unveils a new privacy feature. It's Lock Away Photo Vault, now allowing users to lock personal photos. These pics will not show up in the Photos grid, memories, or other apps with access to the camera roll. This feature now available to more non-Pixel devices like Samsung and OnePlus smartphones. Check to see if you have a locked folder by heading into Google Photos, tapping Library, and selecting Utilities. It is not, though, yet available for iPhones. In your Health Matters, it's been 1 month since kids 5 to 11 years old got approved for COVID shots, and vaccination rates for that age group are slower than others. That is according to the CDC, who says about 16% of kids 5 to 11 have received their first dose. That is slower than it was for older children. In mid-June, a month after kids 12 to 15 became eligible, about 27% of that age group had received their first dose. Well, checking entertainment headlines now. Apologies are in order to Madonna. 50 Cent now saying sorry for poking fun at the Queen of Pop, mocking her risque photos on Instagram. Madonna responded on her story that the two are not friends and his ploy for attention is immature. 50 Cent apologizing with this tweet, but no word on whether Madonna has accepted his apology. And some crazy weather warnings across seas. A blizzard warning has been issued for Hawaii. A foot of snow or more could fall on the island summits this weekend as part of the southeast and southern U.S. has seen record-breaking warm temperatures. More snow has fallen in Hawaii this season than in Denver, Colorado. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to go to the expert, Brian, to say, how do people wrap their heads around that?
Well, I'll tell you this. The one thing I know about the big island of Hawaii is the peaks are way higher than you would imagine them to be. 13,000 plus feet, wow, which is higher than a lot of peaks in the Rocky Mountains. So if that kind of helps narrow it down a bit, it's just that it is the one single mountain that's that high. But they're pretty used to seeing cold temperatures and snow at the top of those peaks, while people sit at the beach down around the bottom. Let's show you guys what's happening on the satellite radar picture as you step outside. And things are dry. We expect them to stay dry with some sunshine into this afternoon at temperatures that should top out in the mid-40s. And so it ends up being a cool day, but still fine for getting outdoors as long as you're dressed appropriately. And we think Sunday is basically a repeat style day. So here's how we plan out the afternoon hours. Temperatures will climb into the mid, maybe even the upper 40s in spots. We're back down into the 30s tonight. Those will be your wake up temperatures for Sunday morning. And then Sunday afternoon, we do it again with mid 40s. Big warm up, however, as we head into Monday and next week. Temperatures could be 60 degrees or better, but it could come along with some rain shower activity and a bit of a breeze as well. The rest of today at 46 degrees, it's partly sunny and it ends up shaping up pretty decently. Tonight, we're going to drop the temperature back down into the 30s, and then we'll do it again on Sunday with a number in the 40s. 60s on your Monday. That's going to be rainy with some showers, and I do think the breeze is going to be with us. I don't think it's an all-day washout, but I think the rain puts a little bit of a damper on what would be then a milder and kind of nice day. Back to the cooler temperatures on Tuesday, and then Wednesday only 43 degrees. So that's kind of a colder feeling rain. Maybe some snow showers are possible north of the island up into parts of the Hudson Valley. Thursday, 41, Friday, 48. We're back to the 50s next weekend. Saturday could have a shower. Sunday's high temperature about 54 with some sun. We have much more coming up. Stick with us right here on News 12.
News 12's closed captioning is brought to you by Earworks Audiology. Celebrate with us our 20th anniversary as the sound choice for better hearing.